opens up a lot more opportunities for picks, like you were talking about Hammer. That's something that we could very easily see. And we've even seen Hammer banned out in this tournament on this particular map.
Yeah.
The mines, the setup, like the siege, everything just really points to Hammer being really good. She doesn't need to be quite so mobile. She can actually spend a good chunk of the game in one lane or the other and be super effective for the team. So I think there's a very good chance that we will see a Hammer this game, whether it be banned or picked. But and we'll have to see. I think Vortex has opted to take first pick, and I like that. I think that's the better call to make, especially in this meta. I'm sure a lot of teams will find that to be the case too. What they choose to do with how they want to deal with warriors, do they want to just throw a Hammer ban and then force Symbiote to ban out one of the warriors, and then they can pick up a warrior, etc. There's a lot of options to them in terms of what they want to do.
Well, we're just waiting on the teams here for the draft. We have the draft ready. They're both thinking about what they want to do for the bans. Like you said, first pick is going to be coming out of Cloud9 to Vortex, and that means that the first ban is theirs as well. So they're just kind of thinking about it, and there it is. Zeratul is going to be the first ban of this game.
Of course, we know that Glaurung has a very, very... Oh, sorry. Wrong team? No, it was the right team. Okay, yeah, ban Zeratul. Glaurung is very scary on Zeratul. No surprise there. We see that. And then exactly that, yes. So Dreadnought bans out Stitches. And I thought maybe that was a setup so that Vortex could grab Arthas. Not the case, apparently. And they
first pick Tassadar. Tassadar is
very popular. We've seen him banned a couple times, and he is first pick very, very often.
Yeah, so Tassadar will be the first pick here from Vortex, and Vala Arthas is the response. I mean, we'll have to run the stats after the event, but those seem like the top 3 picks when available.
Yeah,
like
I wouldn't
every single time. Of course, Stitches would be in that mix as well.
I feel like Stitches is banned so often.
He's banned almost every game, it seems. And one of the things that makes Stitches kind of like so good compared to what it was before is when Resurgence is removed. We mentioned this earlier, but Gorge, Blink, or Gorge Bolt of the Storm is actually a really strong pair when the other tanks don't really get as much utility out of Bolt. Yeah. Like, it's nice to have. In theory, if you had Arthas bolting on you, you know, oh, that's scary. But Stitches can eat you and bolt away into a terrible position.
Even bolt hooks, when we see that, that's probably the hypest thing that can happen in this game is a bolt hook. Like, just say it. I mean, it's rare to see it, but it is so it's super impactful because you're bolting ahead. While you're bolting, it gives your team time to catch up to you, and you grab that hook that they're just absolutely not expecting to see.
It's a tight pants kind of scenario where you know it's so intense you just can't help yourself. And
oh, trying to slay me here, Jake. Not this time.
Not this time. Well, you live to see another day. But yeah, it's really exciting to see now. Vala Arthas, now Cloud9 is thinking about their next pick here. They have a few moments to just kind of really think about, okay, Dragonshy, how do we want to approach this? Hammer, something we mentioned already. On this map, I would be kind of shocked if we don't see them pick it up.
Yeah, someone's going to grab. I would be, yes, like you said, very, very shocked to see no Hammer picked. And my question...
Whoa. They're just making sure that Kerrigan Arthas isn't something they have to think about, and they go Kerrigan Uther. This is a deny, more than anything, but it's also a pickup that they can play really well with.
Yeah, but this also sort of leaves them in a weird spot in terms of warriors. If SMG wants, they can grab Tyrael here and force them into that weird spot that they were in game number 1.
That's true.
Was it game 1 or was that? No, that was versus Maelstrom. That was game number 3, Maelstrom.
But still, I think that's actually a really good call to deny Tyrael, force them to get Muradin or ETC,
which
or
we don't
Diablo.
even know if are they polished enough on those heroes to make an impact in the game.
And it's worth the risk of SMG to pick it up because Tyrael, we've seen great play with him.
They've made good work with Tyrael, so they have some opportunities to make denial plays. And I would say at this point, Symbiote is definitely ahead in the draft situation here.
Do we see Tyrande too? Does it happen? Now, Tyrande, they don't have Kerrigan, which pairs really well with Tyrande, but they still have some other options. Thrall is definitely an option too. Thrall, Arthas is very scary. They both have Envenom, and they both have that kind of roaming gank potential. Double root available. Not
I was going to say Hammer Tyrael. That was my guess.
False said Tyrael. Yeah, Hammer would be, of course, another another denial as well. But Tyrael makes a lot of sense. Good call there. And we actually saw Glaurung play Tyrael earlier, and that's going to be what he floats to here. And it's not that Tyrael Arthas is a bad roaming comp either.
And so they have Uther, so they can guarantee that they're gonna. I think that their pick is gonna have to be him or Muradin, I guess. Or they try to do some weird composition that doesn't involve a tank, but I don't feel like they have the setup for it. Yeah, I think it just kind of has to be Hammer Muradin.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that's really making sense to me here, especially on this map. iDream still has. Yeah, he hasn't picked a hero yet. And that said, if they go Hammer Muradin.
But Nazeebo is still on the floor.
This is true, and I think that Nazeebo would be the pickup.
Jaina Muradin? I jokingly said to Kubi.
Yeah, you did say this before the game started. I call it Jaina pickup.
I said, we're going to see a Jaina. Like, and I was joking, but at the same time, it's like, Jaina's not that bad, but she's definitely not good. Especially
okay, she got even worse this patch, and you have Hammer available to you. What is going on here?
Yeah, that's very...
This just seems like a giant misplay. I'm sorry, but I don't like this pick at all. I'm always going to be very critical of Jaina picks until she sees some more changes, but...
Water Elemental weaker.
Why would you pass up Hammer?
I don't... It seems like a very...
iDream has a very good Hammer. Why? I don't understand.
K1 Pro will be playing Jaina, and it looks like
he was iDream.
Maybe iDream is the only one that can run the Kerrigan that they denied, so Hammer was not an option for them. It could be like, I'm not comfortable enough. Only iDream's comfortable in Kerrigan.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the scenario they're in.
Well, these guys are proving me wrong. No Hammer was picked up.
I mean, that's a surprise, but I think that has to be the reasoning behind it. And we see Brightwing as the support here for Symbiote Gaming. Dread will be playing Brightwing. The first time I've ever seen him play my beautiful fairy dragon. I'm very excited. Corey is making the biggest face of disgust right now. It's not going to be Malfurion. It's going to be Brightwing, and that's actually very interesting, but Brightwing is really powerful, probably the best support in the game right now. The Rewind Polymorph, you can't disregard how strong it is. Vala, Tyrael, Falstad as the pseudo damage. Again, Tyrael the one being pseudo. We're going into game number 3 here
of the grand finals for Kings of the Storm, weekly number 8. Are you guys ready? Can Vortex bring some kind of crazy strategy with Jaina here? We'll have to wait and see. Pretty exciting, though.
Yeah, I mean, 2-0 lead here for Symbiote. It is match point, like you said earlier.
I think Vortex knows what I'm casting, and they just pick Jaina. Just to upset me. I think that's their plan.
If Jaina had Flame Strike, would she be better?
Yes. Anything.
All right, guys. 2-0 lead, like we said here, playing at Dragonshire for Game 3. And Kubi, let's get our players introduced.
And that team that has that 2-game advantage, that is Symbiote Gaming. And for them, we have Dreadnought on Brightwing. KO will be playing Falstad. Glaurung on Tyrael. Arthelon on Vala. And Soldier will be rounding it out on Arthas.
For some reason, the summoning of that mount was hilarious. I don't know why. So Bobby Hankill is going to be playing as Muradin for Cloud9. Vortex, we have Jar Jar rocking Tassadar. iDream on Kerrigan. Look at the synergy there with the skin and the mount. K1 Pro is going to be playing Jaina, and Liquid Chef will be on Uther. They're body blocking their minions, keeping them safe on their side, just opting to have the safer positioning here. And Muradin's a little lazy with that. Says, you know what? I don't care. I'm Muradin.
So we do have Conjurer's Pursuit once again for this Jaina build. I think it's just quite similar to what we saw last time, where the Conjurer's Pursuit decides not to go. Arcane Intellect at level 4. Did he take in Venom? Was it in Venom? I think it was in Venom. And then level 7 went for one of the Blizzard upgrades?
No. I think it was the Chill.
Oh, the Ice Block type thing. Okay. Yeah, so... we'll be paying a little bit of attention to the Jaina build. The other thing to mention for the talents at level 1 is the double bribe that is available to SMG.
That's scary.
And yeah, that gives them the flexibility to just go to the bottom neutral knights and just cap them immediately. They can take offensive giants whenever the opportunity arises. So we'll be paying attention to that. I'm sure we'll see a lot of bribe play in this game. And other than that, pretty standard talents. Although I am noticing that the Dreadnought with a nice dodge there. That was
it's
pretty
still
good
a lot of stuns available, a lot of slows here, chipping away at him, but Arth's damage is going to actually just encourage them to fall on back. iDream sitting there looking for the cheeky play, and this is actually a really scary scenario, as both Dread and Arthon are very squishy heroes. They pick up Dread, nicely done there, and 3v2 working out for him, and Arth is,
That was very greedy on Dread's part, I will say. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just he's used to having that sort of pseudo escape with the root or the Hammer of Justice with Uther, but I mean that's a situation that you can't mess around with that.
Yep. So you know, just kind of trying to turn the damage around here. It is 3v3 in the bottom lane at this point, and Arth taking a lot of damage. He's forced to tumble right on back. And Soldier and Dread are going to be able to zone out here. But iDream K1 Pro have a lot of damage potential. Soldier is going to take a lot. He uses Death Coil to help sustain his health a little bit here.
Yeah.
And it's really just, we see 2 hearts coming out right away.
Yeah, they have very solid control of that bottom lane. They're playing quite aggressive. And we do have that double in Venom now that we've hit level 4 with Jaina and Kerrigan. So that's going to be a super, super scary bottom lane. We're going to have to see some kind of counter aggression with Arthas, Brightwing, and I guess Vala, but yeah, it's going to be a tough bottom shrine. There we go, get some words out to take. I would imagine that Vortex is going to have control of that for some time.
Look at this positioning. The Dwarf Toss going over. iDream is going to be looking for that pull in, but as they see it's not going to happen, they just back up. Not going to waste their Envenoms. They're going to wait for that opportunity to be there. They're going to cap that shrine. Bottom shrine, currently uncontested.
Yeah, that's I'm not really sure what caused them to fall back on that rotation. They had very strong control over that. So I don't know. I didn't get it quite. I just assumed. I looked away and I assumed that they would just maintain control of that bottom shrine. So that said, when they do rotate back in, I would find it hard pressed that they wouldn't have control of both shrines.
Well, here comes iDream with Liquid Chef going in on Dread now, but the Polymorph is there almost instantaneously, but Cone of Cold in Venom 1 goes down. Where is the second in Venom? We see the damage being ticked off. He's actually phase shifting right off 2 feet just to kind of play with almost like a mind game.
I think Dread might actually be insane.
Oh,
Did you see that? He just walked in no fear. It was just walking up to Carrie and be like, yeah, come on, throw me something, anything interesting. Well, it's just like, okay.
That was unique, to say the least.
Yeah.
And with Soldier rotating down, they're going to be safe here. Now, this will allow them to cap this bottom shrine, making sure they have at least 1 on the map. Top shrine still being held here by Bobby Hankill versus Glaurung. And just kind of each team feeling each other out. Levels, slight lead here for SMG. 1 kill advantage, though, on Cloud9's side.
Both teams just hit level 7, so we can talk about some of those talents. We do actually have a cleanse grab, and what's this Bobby Hankill?
We have Brightwing coming in here to try to save. He throws a poly down to the last second to get the kill. Glaurung is very low. He's going to fall as well with KO flying up. Oh, he dashes in after iDream goes out, but they end up getting the kill from Soldier, throwing the Death Coil in to get that kill.
Wow.
Now you can talk
that
about
was so much damage there. I mean, like, KO did a ton of burst damage onto Kerrigan there. That was pretty crazy. So yeah, nicely done from SMG there to take control of that top shrine, a 2-to-1 kill. So yeah, cleanse on Brightwing. No regenerative rains or gust of wind.
Wow,
so
that's actually quite interesting.
That's pointing towards blink heal for me. I would think they have to do that. They
yes.
don't have any other like backup type heals with healing ward or anything on any of the other heroes. So I would imagine that they have to go blink heal at level 10. Pretty standard, just spell damage type build for Falstad there, and we do have a bit of a pickup here. Liquid Chef is a bit forward.
iDream took so much damage from KO. Liquid Chef going to be falling as well as Roger tries to rotate down. KO just says, hey, look, more food, and he just starts chipping away. Nicely done. That's going to be 2 shrines here on the side of Symbiote Gaming, and they're going to try to get the first Dragonite of the game. We're 5 minutes in, so it's not the quickest Dragonite, but it is going to be grabbed here, and there it is as Arthlon is in the Dragonite.
Of course, that gives them a nice large body to soak up shots from those towers and put a bit of pressure on it. Does quite a bit of damage to structures, and also has an ability to punt away heroes. You might see that casted. You'll see a line form between the Dragonite and the potential hero that gets kicked. Always fun to see. And they also have level 10 too. So this is becoming extra scary for Vortex.
Yeah, this is like a point of a lot of aggression here available for SMG. 3 kills with 2 in their favor, but level 10, that's the story. Level 10 with a Dragonite, actually.
Yeah.
Blink heal, like you called out. We've seen that there. And what else do we have?
We have Hinterland, Blast, Judgment, Reign of Vengeance, and Army of the Dead. Pretty good damage output, and they can isolate a lot of people with the Judgment. We used to see this maybe about 2 months ago, right around BlizzCon time. Someone would Judgment in, and the Overdrive, Shock and Awe.
Oh, Dread was like looking for the bribe. He wanted the bribe as soon as the Dragonite, expired.
There's that punt. Boom. Fun stuff.
Very fun indeed.
Not super impactful,
Here comes
of course.
that bribe that Dread was
Yeah, look at that,
for.
actually. You know, I take that back. That punt actually allowed them to zone the rest of the team out, so they could do that. Nice play there.
Yeah, and look at Falstad. He's making his way over to Bribe as well. So that's 4 Giants pushing in the bottom lane. They're making their way to these Knights. This is a mercenary power push.
Yes, there's going to be some heavy aggression coming out of SMG here in this bottom lane. And it looks like Vortex is sort of rotating down. They realize what's going on here, and they're going to dive in.
Oh, the Howling Blast only hits iDream. Liquid Chef gets in the front line. They do have level 10. Divine Storm is available. Rain of Vengeance is doing a lot of work. We see that Glowering falls very quickly. There's a Divine Storm, but is it going to be enough for Liquid Chef to get on out? No, it is not. He's going to be a ghost for the duration of this fight. Bobby Hankill taking a lot of damage to the Archon. Now, we see only Blink Kill is the heroic available in general, and that is a very short cooldown. It has charges, much like Napalm Strike with a very short cooldown. I guess Napalm Strike doesn't have charges. It's just a short cooldown.
Yep.
And the Knights did get stolen during all of that by Chef.
Yeah, but I mean, like, while that entire fight was going on, there was Giants pushing from the left side, pushing from above, and they lost all their towers there, and they got that fort already taking damage 7 minutes into the game. So
and a 2-level lead for SMG.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest story of all of them, and they can get pretty aggressive with this. Like they say, hey, you take our Knights, we're going to take yours.
Yep, we're just going to move on in and make sure they take these aggressive Knights here. We see Bobby Hankill is immediately trying to Hearth on out as he doesn't have any mana. iDream goes in, but doesn't have combo off, and does it matter? I mean, they're in a really safe spot. They grab the Knights, the backup. They're going to go get their own Knights at this point.
Yeah, and they can. That's basically just going to soak up a bunch of tower shots. Maybe they'll get that tower there, but that's not going to provide enough aggression for them to. It's more of a denial play. They're able to just take their mercenary camps so that they know that Vortex won't be able to do that.
Bribe Sec each, 1 for Falstad, 1 for Brightwing. That Bribe is going to continue to be a power thing. They could use the Bribe here, but they're just going to opt to blow these Knights up.
And Shrines are activating right now, so we're going to see each team probably make some kind of a rotation down. Falstad's ability to fly helps a lot. Wow!
Oh, this hard rotation coming in, a very aggressive play. All 5 members coming from the left side of the middle of the map here, and they almost got the pick there.
Nice reactions from KO there. I mean, he saw as soon as he got dived in. That was from the bush too, so it's not something you might be expecting. Dived in as soon as he saw that barrel right out of the way, so he dodged that stun. And good on him so that he didn't end up getting picked off there. Brightwing is rotating up to take that top shrine. There is no contest from Vortex. They are heavily focusing on this bottom shrine.
And Brightwing, of course, can phase shift as soon as she is needed, teleporting across the map. 45-second cooldown. There's 3 members here in the middle of the map that will absolutely demolish Brightwing if she comes into their path. But Kerrigan's not part of this gank squad, actually.
Yeah. I think it makes a lot of sense for Vortex to play a bit passively, making sure that they had one control of the shrine, although that's not really the case right now.
Oh my
but
goodness,
Soldier
so
far down,
got very close to capping that Dragon Knight. Thought he was going to get it for a brief moment there. The Judgment and the Shock and all with a Rain of Vengeance, removing iDream from the fight, so there's no Kerrigan left. Arthlon gets knocked back from the cast side, almost saving him, putting him in a safe position. Water Elemental falls so quickly. Bobby Hankill is low. He taps the well before it falls here. Rarjar trying to use Dimensional Shift to get on out. Will it be enough with the Archon? Archon has fallen, and SMG is just going to take a safe position here with the Dragon Knight and fight this fort.
That flight was so well executed from SMG's side of things. Judgment in, we saw the Hinterland Blast go down, and then we saw the Rain of Vengeance. Everything was just lined up so perfectly, and it's like that's exactly what their game plan is with this fight. And as soon as Tyrael dives in, if things aren't looking so good, you also have Arthas backing you up there with Peel. So their plan it's great, and it's working out.
Oh my goodness, Glaurung actually just sits there waiting for Brightwing to come in while he's being stunned. The punt to kick 1 member out. He actually managed to stay in alive scenario. We had no right living. Jaina is sprinting, trying to get out. Bobby Hankill, Dwarf tosses over. Glaurung's gonna fall, and that's gonna be a big explosion coming out of him. Here the punt on Kerrigan going down, and she actually probably would have died if she wasn't punted
there. Okay, yeah, no, the shield actually. She had a bit of poison damage on her too. Actually, Soldier was completely out of that entire fight. He was just chilling mid lane. I'm not sure why he didn't rotate up a little bit sooner, because I was looking, I was like, where is the rest of their team? Like, why are they getting wrecked so hard here? Even still, losing Glaurung, they are able to put some pressure on this top lane here and take this fort. That will give them even more of an experience lead. They have a 2-level advantage, and more importantly, they take the level 16 talents. I think we probably have a minute here to talk about those. We have a Critterizer coming out of Brightwing. That's an extra 25% damage on those targets that get polymorphed. Overdrive, pretty standard. 2 Blood for Bloods, 1 for Tyrael and Vala, and a Stone Skin on Arthas. All pretty standard picks, I'd say.
Yep, Falstad flying in here, just going to bribe these Giants. Those Giants have already been taken on the enemy side of the map. Knights are up, available. Looks like they started to fight them. They killed the Wizard of the Night Camp, or the Bruiser camp, if you will. And they're just going to make their way down and clean them up quite quick.
I thought we were going to see another fight from Vortex. Like, they really don't like them taking these bruiser camps here. And it would have been funny that we saw 2 fights in one game over this like seemingly not so impactful mercenary camp. But yeah, they're going to rotate and finish off this fort here. You know, that's at this point, you know, solid 2-level lead here for SMG, and they're just going to push in here. They have the bruiser camp here to soak up shots for the Giants, and there's no reason why they can't just keep poke. They're going to take this wall down, and if they get kills, they're going to get a keep.
Yes, I mean, without the shrines being available, there's nothing better to do except put the aggression on here, especially with the mercenary advantage, like you said. And we see that these towers are going down so quickly. 650 XP up top available.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a dicey situation for Cloud9.
Yeah, and you can see that they're trying to go in to shove them back, but they just don't have the sustain, and it's so scary because at any second you could have Glaurung just diving in the shock and all. Like, that whole combo, you have to space yourself so perfectly against that.
SMG rotating up to the other knights that are available. Do they take the aggressive knights yet again?
I don't think so, because the shrines they're coming up in about 5 seconds here, so it makes a lot of sense for them to just back up. They have the map control. I think, oh, you know what? If Falstad flew up, I'm surprised he didn't, because they already had Brightwing at the bottom shrine. Falstad had flown up to the top one. Are they setting up for a kill?
He's thinking about it.
They're setting up for a kill.
He's thinking about it. Okay, so Dread is in a bit of a weird situation here, but as they go in for it, Liquid Chef taking so much damage. The double poly is there, and it's not enough to kill him. He lived, but the Hinterland's Blast goes out and hits it. Divine Storm goes down, doing a lot of work. Sprint from Liquid Chef, getting him out of that situation, but we see that 2 members have fallen on the side of Cloud9, and Symbiote is standing strong as 5. Rarjar so low, he's going to die to the Frozen Tempest here.
Oh, no!
Oh, they have the heal in the shield at the last second. Taps the well, and he's as healthy as he can be at this point. And but right now, though, the Dragon Knight is up for picking.
Yep. I love it because Jake has to do all this super fast talking during these fights just to try to call the action that's happening. And there's one thing that messes him up anything more. It's just trying to call out that Hinterland. It's like, Hunger Blend Blast!
I don't know what it is. It just sounds so wrong to me. It's like shocking off for 7 months. And,
yeah, it's true. It's true.
I'll get used to it eventually, guys. Now, the Dragon Knight has been picked up here by Arthalon, and they have every right to push on forward with it. 2-level advantage has been maintained. It's actually increased nearly 3 levels at this point in time.
Yeah. And, yeah, they're going to be able to push down this wall here, no problem. And they may even continue to poke forward, trying to get some damage in on this keep. I don't see why not. They've got that 2-level lead, almost 3 at this point. And things are looking pretty dicey for Cloud9 Vortex. Is SMG going to be able to just ride this through and take a 3-0 victory for this grand finals?
Yeah, it's looking rough for Cloud9 at this point in time. This is match point, like you just stated. And this keep is going to end up falling here. No chance of saving it. iDream looking for that pick, but hits nothing and just gets punted out. He's just shoot fly. And the Jaina not really working out in this game. I mean, if we can look at the damage done, and yeah, she's at the top of the charts, but is the burst available with the synergy of Kerrigan? I'm not too sure. Judgment goes down on iDream, and that's going to be the Hinterland's Blast getting interrupted by there. Divine Storm goes down. KO managing to stay alive. Dreadnought just doing the work, keep them alive, but Glaurung very low is going to end up falling.
Okay. They fended him off.
Oh, the Rain of Vengeance
really
was huge. I mean, she was absolutely dead without that. Hinterland's Blast goes off finally and gets the kill there on Kerrigan.
So much damage.
Well, that's what the level advantage will do, Kubi. 3 levels up. I mean, it hits like a truck.
He had like 40% of his HP gone in a single shot. I was like, okay. That is a statement. Oh, I don't know if they should chase here.
Does he have the blink? Does he have the blink kill available? He's trying to juke. He's trying to juke. Why isn't he looking up towards
Soldier?
Not
enough mana?
I guess he just has no hope. Oh! And there it is.
No, come on. Really? Oh my god! I can't believe he got out of there. No mana, 5 health. Somehow still dodges everyone, blinks back, and is living. No right to be Hearthstoning right now.
What a beautiful fairy dragon that is. And there he goes. We can see these knights being cleaned up here by KO and Arthalon. Their quest to 20 has almost been attained with those level 20 talents.
Yeah.
But they do have the level 16 talents here on the side of Cloud9. So,
yep. We see that Rarjar is opted to take those 2-dimensional shift talents, prescience, and then the extra move speed and healing. That just makes him very, very difficult to kill. He can pop into Archon. He can use it to chase. There's a lot of options there for him. We see imposing presence on Uther. That makes a lot of sense when dealing with, I guess, Tyrael and Arthas. Falstad to some extent as well, which it basically slows down the attack speed of anyone that decides to cast that auto attack onto that hero. We got a big fight.
Arthlon's taking a lot of damage. Reign of Vengeance goes out, but iDream is getting very low. He pulls 3 people in simultaneously. Divine Storm then is the follow-up, and that is huge for Cloud9. They needed that. That Divine Storm Primal Grass combo is exactly what they needed, and this puts them back into a decent position in this game. They're going to have 50 seconds, almost a minute. They're going to get... Oh,
Bobby, no!
Yeah, Bobby actually...
That seemed kind of like a pretty easy one to hit, I gotta be honest with you. I mean, maybe he just thought he was gonna juke him going back towards the left.
Soldier made a really nice juke, though. You gotta give him some props there. And at that point, I mean, this is gonna be a Dragonite here for Cloud9 Vortex. Soldier makes sure they don't get a team wipe, but this helps them put, they're just about a level behind at this point.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to make a comeback, this is how you do it. You got to make those proper picks, and they really just got the huge leg up on that team fight, and everything about the positioning was just perfect out of Cloud9 Vortex. Good to see them just not giving up. They're still staying strong, and they can still do this. Absolutely, they haven't taken any damage yet on their core, and if they continue to string together these Dragonites, it's only going to take 1 or 2 more before they they can be in the same position that SMG's in right now.
I mean, this is what it's all about, making comebacks here. K1 Pro in the Dragonite, whacking away. That's going to be the first fort that they take, putting a fort on the board. So it's not a perfect, if you will, in that regard. And right now, SMG is alive once again, though. So Dragonite
can't get too cocky, Vortex. This is how you're gonna just lose the game
immediately.
Wow,
Primal Grass again. KO so low, but the blink heal is gonna be there to keep him alive. We see Army of the Dead being used. Oh, that would look really strange with the Judgment going in. Storm Shield level 20 is a big part of the story right now. Arthlon very low. Reign of Vengeance hitting them. Divine Storm only hitting Dreadnought, and he can just blink heal right on out of here. Soldier is on the complete opposite side of his allies here, and we see SMG making their way back on over.
That is Jaina inside the Dragonite. This could be really bad. They need to get her out.
Yeah, they're trying to position around her, and there she is, sprinting instantaneously.
That sprint was the only reason that she's alive.
Oh my goodness, but they turn around with the Water Elemental, and they blow up Dreadnought on Brightwing.
Yeah, the frost, or the root on the Cone of Cold there with the Water Elemental, there was a lot of damage output very fast.
So they made changes to Jaina where the Water Elemental does a little bit more damage when it's summoned now, but it does less sustained damage. And the summoning of the Water Elemental with Cone of Cold was enough to just blow up Dread.
And it's a pretty rare situation that you can find that Jaina is close enough to actually summon and use it to be as burst
in a safe manner,
to kill, without dying yourself. But it worked out perfectly right there.
Yep. Really cool stuff, really nicely done.
And that secured them level 20, so we can talk about some of the picks that they decided to grab. 2 bolts, 1 for Kerrigan and Jaina. That makes a lot of sense because these heroes could use a bit more mobility, especially in the late game. We have Avatar picked up from Muradin. Extra range on the Divine Storm. Of course, Uther doesn't have Resurgence of Storm, so this is probably going to be the more common pick, either this or Storm Shield. And then Archon, extended range and duration. All pretty solid picks.
Yeah, really solid picks. Just looking at the stats here in this match, Jaina's still top of the damage here for Cloud9. Just really show. I mean, that's the big range assassin they have, but they're showing that she does have good damage output. 48k here on the side for Vala, and then Brightwing and Uther both having a lot of healing as well. So, of
course,
cool to see Jaina actually doing some work, though.
Yeah, I mean, I thought for sure that she was done when she popped out of that Dragonite, but the sprint was just enough, and then caught Dreadnought overextending a little bit. But yeah, well played there, K1 Pro.
Now cleaning up the mercenaries here, the Merc camps, just the Knights on the side of Symbiote available. We have a big initiation here from Bobby Hankill. Glower needs to fall back here. Bobby Hankill is kind of far forward. The cast slide pushing him really far away from his team. You saw that first aid go off, but it wasn't going to be enough. He judgments onto iDream, who has Maelstrom. He bolts backwards, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think. Right wing phase shifting in there onto Soldier. Polymorph is going to be available. Divine Storm, though, is going to stun them down. Dread gets blown up. Blink heals backwards there. Reign of Vengeance on K1 Pro, but Arth is very low as well. In the back line, though, there was a kill on Kerrigan. Soldier trying to get here on K1 Pro. Army of the Dead has already been used. K1 Pro is going to end up falling here. It's been so close and back and forth, but it looks like SMG is going to push this forward. If they pick off Rajar and Liquid Chef, they might be able to end this game.
Wow, I mean, that was probably one of the closest fights I've ever seen. I just couldn't tell at any given point who was going to win that one. I mean, we saw Muradin get eliminated immediately, and Jaina was quite isolated, but then, I mean, they judgmented it in, and I thought, okay, this is probably it, but the Maelstrom was just getting so much work done, and, they just were able to deal out a huge amount of damage. In the end, of course, with this Dragonite, and then picking up, was it a 4-1, or... I mean, it was...
Yeah, 4-0.
That was 4-0, okay.
Yes, not a single member of SMG died. They had no right living through a lot of that stuff. The blink heal Dread was the focus target initially, and he was able to blink out and then heal
okay,
himself
that's right,
with his own passives. Just looking at his build, the sustain that he has available, he doesn't have the regenerative range. So he really relies on his own pulse, and I think he had to pop Storm Shield and live through it as well. But that's going to be GG, guys. Leo to Symbiote Gaming in a really intense series, a really intense tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the score was 3-0, but those games were, I mean, this is a pretty close game right here. Like, they put up a huge fight, like, good stuff. And picking Jaina, we saw some crazy picks just this whole tournament in general. It's been very, very exciting to cast this new patches. We're in the beta now, and we're seeing crazy stuff already.
The meta has shifted so much. I mean, the draft, I mean, yes, Tychus was banned out of this tournament, so that changes things a lot as it is. But the tank meta, seeing Tyrael picked so much today.
Yeah, I would not have expected that, to be honest. It was just like, I mean, I know that the warrior meta is a little weird right now, but I didn't think that Tyrael was the answer. I figured it maybe would have been Diablo or more Muradin picks, which we did see some Muradin picks, but Tyrael, I mean, didn't see that coming.
Lots of Tyrande here on SMG. A game on ETC. Jaina for Cloud9.
Craziness. Absolute craziness.
It's been a good day.
Yes,
I mean,
it has.
So congrats to Symbiote here on your victory.
Taking a 3-0 series over Cloud9 Vortex, and they are the kings of the storm. Are you happy?
They've reclaimed their title now. The last time they faced Cloud9 Vortex, they lost 2-0 in the ESL monthly, but they took their title here in Kings Weekly number 8.
They got a new roster, and it looked really strong. They dropped what, one game to
Maelstrom.
That
series, though, I think that might be my favorite best of 3 in competitive heroes. The game 1 and 2 were just so insane.
So close. Yeah, we saw a lot of weird maps. We saw Sky Temple. We saw Cursed Hollows. A lot of fun. A lot of weird heroes picked up. Cool stuff today. So if you guys didn't actually catch some of those earlier games, we will have the VODs up for you in a couple days or so, and you guys got to check them out. They were just some of the most intense games ever.
So make sure you guys follow the Twitch, follow the YouTube. It's SolidJakeGG on both, and follow us both on Twitter. You can see our names below here. Shout outs to Sia Steve, our tournament administrator and the creator of Kings of the Storm, and Kitten of the Storm for sponsoring it every week.
Absolutely. Well, Jake,
it's
been a pleasure.
And I just want to plug the community. You guys have supported all this stuff, and if you guys are interested in getting involved in supporting Kings of the Storm, it's completely community funded at this point. I'm just going to openly say that at some point we are looking for sponsors. So if you're a sponsor, we'd love to have you, because we're trying to do something awesome here, and each week it's getting bigger and better. We broke all of our viewership records today for North American heroes in general.
Thank you guys for tuning in and checking all of these awesome games here that we had today. And I don't got anything else. How about you, Jake?
No, that's it. I mean, just GG's, everyone.
Yeah, good stuff today. Really awesome stuff. Just nice play overall, and cool metas that have been developing. And I'm just so excited to cast more to see what happens next week. But
so Tychus should be back next week. Next week we will return with Kings of the Storm Weekly number 9, I believe. I think we'll probably be able to do it.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, that's not. It's either going to be this week or next. We're not sure. Some scheduling issues.
We'll let you know. We'll keep that updated. And after 9 comes the monthly, so stay tuned for that. I think that's going to be it, though.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.